Well, hello there everyone. My name is Amy. This is the Opinionated Woman and welcome to my weekly vlogs. I had a break from vlogs last week because I was in an espresso depresso. But I've come out of it now. I took sick days for my mental health and it did me a world of good. I cannot tell you. But I'm already back at my desk. I've sent off an article this morning to my favorite client, or one of my favorite clients. So I'm feeling good, I'm feeling motivated, I'm not feeling sad, and I started the day off by finishing a book. And there was Tipping the Velvet by Sarah Waters. I have been wanting to read all of Sarah Waters. I have one more left and it's behind me. And I went into this one not knowing too much about it. We're basically following Nancy Astley, who is a oyster girl living in this little place called Whitstable in the UK. And she goes to the music hall and she sees this girl performing as a boy, which was kind of like a thing in the music halls back in those days. And she was like really fascinated by this girl and like completely falls in love with her. And she moves with her to London and they both start performing together. But that's happening like in here. And if you've ever read a Sarah Waters book, you know it's not just going to be smooth sailing in one storyline that we're following the whole way through. No. This has 3 parts. That is all I will tell you. We follow Nancy through all kinds of different living situations and different ways of making her living and different types of friends that she made in different situations. And we also follow her dressing as a man because she was performing as in drag basically. And there's parts of this where she will dress as a man in public, which is not obviously something, these are in the 1890s. So it's not something that is really done. So it's so interesting seeing her play with someone being like very gender bending, like a very gender bending and like very solidly queer woman in this kind of era. It was really fascinating and I absolutely loved where it went. I couldn't stop reading it. It's historical fiction and I'm just like freaking reading non-stop. I think the long chapters made me go, I'll read another like 20 pages and get to the end of the chapter, you know? So I'm really excited to read Affinity, which is the last one, but I'm not going to read that yet. I dropped some stuff. Shit. Now I'm going to be picking up Detransition Baby by Tori Peters. All I know is that this book is about a lesbian couple who are trans and then one detransitions and I think gets another girl pregnant and then comes back to our main character and asks if they want to be part of raising this child. That's what it says in the blurb at least, and I'm really fascinated. Like, as a cis person, I always want to be educating myself on different things to do with the trans experience so that I can be a better ally. And detransitioning is a very taboo topic. And I think a lot of people who are against trans people use detransitioning as like a got you moment, you know? So anything about that is, and especially to do with the not a traditional family setup, I think that's also like a really big part of this book that I'm excited to get into, but I'm going to start reading this tonight. I don't want to bore your ear off for much longer, but I am listening to Tell Me How You Really Feel by Amina May Safi. This is a enemies to lovers romance. It like came out a couple of years back, but I just got it on Scribd, and it follows a sweet cheerleader who is wanting to be a doctor, who has been cast in the final film project of her enemy, Rachel, who basically they're forced together having to make this film for the end of school, and they both have to, you know, so it's like a forced proximity vibe. I'm explaining this so badly, goodness gracious. It's a forced proximity vibe. Rachel and Sana don't get on because of a misunderstanding on Rachel's part, and Rachel is very intense. She's quite bitchy, but she's also like, you know, trying to protect herself, you can see. and Sana is just this very sweet, kind of prim and proper girl who and the way that she talks about cheerleading I really enjoyed, because she talks about it as a sport and how she enjoys moving her body in that way and getting to be thrown up and doing the balances and like working her body in that way. And I think that's really cool, like because so much of the time whenever there's a cheerleader character, they are so like they're not very deep. They're like very, very much skin deep when it comes to cheerleader characters, or they're just a bitch, and it's so unexplored. And I think that putting it into this perspective makes it a lot more, gives her a lot more depth. That's what I'm trying to say. I was listening to Ike's Shara Wheeler by Casey McQuiston, and I DNF'd it. I know. I just couldn't abide. The storyline was boring. The character development was bad. The main character was so irritating. Like, she had this moment where she like has a like when the character has like a breakdown kind of moment, and it was just the most self-pitying, privileged drivel. And I was like, am I supposed to be feeling bad for you right now, bitch? Like, you should be sad. You did this to yourself, you dumbass. Like, I just couldn't stand it, and I can see why it's not getting as much hype. But you know what? Not everybody can write a perfect book every time. I'm still going to read Casey McQuiston's work. Anyway, I need to get back to my work, so I'll chat to you later. Anyone else's cats? This is her favorite box to sleep in. She's curled up like it's a mattress. Hello, sweetheart. You need to come out. I need to go out. Man, if any of you guys struggle with mental health issues, like, there's nothing better than when you come out of a dip and you start feeling yourself again, and you're like, oh yeah, and oh yeah, I got in the groove today. I got work done. I have already sent off 2 articles for the week. I've got 5 more to write, which is awesome because that means I'm earning money. It came really easily. Things flowed really well. I got to do errands. I have made plans to sell my washing machine. Like, that's all organized. I've done like a bunch of extra house stuff, and I'm about to clean my bathroom while I listen to the We're Having Gay Sex podcast, because it's Monday, and that's what we do on Mondays. We listen to the We're Having Gay Sex podcast. If you guys haven't listened to it yet, even though I've told you about it multiple times, I'm just going to keep tagging it in every freaking video I mention it in, because it's my mental health comfort podcast. It's about gay sex. Yeah, I had really had one of those like in the groove days, like starting the week off finishing a really good book. Oh, yes. And the work, like, just everything flowed. Thank fuck. Because like when you're in depression, like I sit there thinking, what if I can't write? What if I can't do it again? Then I'm like, shit, what am I going to do? I'm like, Amy, you've been writing since you were a child. Like, when I was little, if you would ask me what I wanted to be, I would say an author. And I'm a writer now. So little me, I might not have written a book yet. But I write for a living. And I think little me would be very happy with that. I think she would also be very happy with the fact that I was gay. So yeah, goals. I'm gonna clean my fucking bathroom, because I love, that's another thing I love starting the week off with, a sparkling bathroom. For some reason, it's just like whenever I go in there to use the bathroom or to wash my hands or something, and I see how shiny it is, I'm like, oh yes. See, that's what mental health is about, getting the oh yes feelings and making it work. Good morning vlog, how are you doing? It is Tuesday. I'm just about to sit down at my desk. I already started tip-tapping away at my article before I even fully set up to write, which is a really good sign for me. If I start off the day by like getting phrases in my head and putting them down, I'm like, okay, I'm sorted. And my favorite client messaged me this morning for their Smart Art, messaged me for their blog for July. So I can't wait to see what the medium is for this month. It was hand lettering last month, and I got to write a great article about illuminated manuscripts. And it was so interesting. So I'm super keen to see what the medium is this month. I'm not going to tell you what it is. But yeah, I'm going to be brainstorming some topics for them later. I'm writing an article currently for what I think is my second favorite client, who I write for every single week. I write 3 articles a week for them. It's a ghostwriting position though, so my name is not on the byline yet. It might at a later stage, which is great for me. Like I love to put my name on work that I really like, and I'm writing for a gardening website, so I'm learning so much about plants, and that's what I wanted to come in and show you today. So you've seen that I've got plants and stuff around my house. That's fake. It came with the house. But my goal is to get a plant that is real for that kind of spot. But now my friend Karina is moving to Dubai with my brother. So she gave me a plant baby. So I squished it onto my top shelf of my bookshelf, and now I'm like, no, this plant actually has a bunch of babies. Let me actually show. So this is the setup that I've got. I've had this table on that desk for a while, so I just unfolded it. There's a great thing about trellis tables. And I put this is Michael. I can't remember what he is. I did look him up. But he's got a lot of beautiful new growth, and there's some new nodes. Look. And there's some new ones coming through there. So he's starting to look a lot more bushy, and I think he's going to prefer being in that spot. Then this has been sitting outside for a while, and Abby knocked it over, so I'm just going to put it in here. And then this whole table is free for more. This African violet, I think, might have died, which is really fucking sad, because I've had this thing for so long. I've had it for like, Jesus, 15 years, more than 15 years, almost 20 years. Which is really fucking sad, but it looks like it might have died. But I'm still holding out hope for a little while. And yeah, this has been sitting here for a while. This is my new plant. It's a philodendron of some form. So it's so pretty. These leaves are still, they're a little bit limp, but that's fine. And this is what I was talking about. It's got so many babies. It's got 3 babies, and apparently they grow really easily. And then this one here has a baby too that I need to transplant. So I want to get some pots and then transplant the babies in there, and then fill this whole area with plants. So like my office will have like this little planty corner here. Oh my God, I think that's so nice. And then I might want to get a plant that can sit here, maybe a snake plant, because then Abby won't get near it. And then I've put that little succulent on the back of the because I thought, why not put plants everywhere? And then also I can put one there. So writing for this blog, writing for this website has really like made my enthusiasm for plants like go through the roof. And I actually just thought, I think my client also has a bird website. And if you saw my clip from yesterday, I fucking love birds. And I don't know loads about them, but they make me really happy. So I asked it's one thing that me and my grandmother really bond about. Like we message on WhatsApp about birds. And I got a bird tattoo, like, of her favorite bird, like, so that tattoo is for my grandmother. And I always have these babies, so all these little sparrows, and then they like eating the seed, and then I put apples on the top of the wall there. And that's been attracting white eyes and speckled thrushes, and it's so lovely. So I think they have a bird watching website, so I might message him and be like, if you're ever looking for more writers for that, I would be keen. But maybe I will give myself a little bit more time to like get used to this 7 articles a week vibe. It might be 8 articles this week. Yay. But yeah, I just wanted to come in and say that, yeah, this new client that I'm writing for, I really enjoy, and I'm turning into that plant gay. Hello friends, ignore my dishes, please. I have a backlog. No washing machine. I can't walk there because it's wet, but there's no washing machine in the middle of my kitchen anymore. Fuck yeah. They just came and fetched it. They just got to check it when they get to Cash Crusaders, and then I'm going to go and pick up the cash, which is fucking sick, and I'm going to put it in my credit card because I have debt. Not that you needed to know that. But yeah, my new one is coming on Saturday, and I'm super excited. It's going to fit in this little cubby, and it's going to be so neat and tidy. It's going to be so much easier to use my kitchen. But yeah, I wrote a really fun article about raspberries, raspberry plants, earlier that I sent off, and now I just have one for Mr. Fussy Knickers, because Mr. Fussy Knickers' work like carries on. Like every week I get stuff from him, but he's the stuff that I write because I need it, and then the Grow Your Yard stuff I need and I really enjoy. Oh, that's what the website's called, by the way. But anyway, I am going to finish that article off for Mr. Fussy Knickers, and then I'm going to take my pooch to the beach, and I'll let you know what I've been thinking about Detransition Baby. I got onto the beach and completely forgot to vlog. So I'm vlogging now while the power is out. Load shedding is back again. Hooray. Ow, my hair is knotty. So I wanted to come in and tell you what I've been thinking about Detransition Baby. So I really love the way this novel is structured. So it's structured where we get like, you know, so many weeks or so many months after the conception of Ames's child, Ames and Katrina's child. And we get 8 years before, when Ames and Reese, obviously, fucking hell, when Ames and Reese are together, before Ames detransition. So we get to see a lot of depth from these characters. Like, we get the moments that they're in now, and we also get to see what led them there. We get to see a lot of Reese's really self-destructive behavior, sleeping with married men, people who fetishize her, things like that. And then we see Ames, who has detransitioned after being attacked in the street, and he's almost, he knows he's still trans. He still calls himself trans. He's really struggling with the thought of becoming a father. He's fine with the thought of becoming a parent, but not with becoming a father. And that's why he wants to bring Reese into the situation. And it's almost like he would have carried on living as a trans woman, like he would have carried on being Amy, if it wasn't so hard. And that's really sad, because I don't know how many people, you know, still carry on living their lives as the gender they were assigned, even though it's not their true gender, just because it's so fucking hard to be trans sometimes. And that's, yeah, it's a reality that's unfortunate to hear. But yeah, this has got a lot of layers, a lot of really good character development, like excellent character development. And we really get to understand why the characters do the things they do. And also the writing style is freaking gorgeous. Like, it's so beautifully written. So yeah, I'm really liking this one. I have been listening to you to tell me how you really feel. It's not really gripping me that much, but the tension's there. So I'm just going to keep on going. I think I probably burnt myself out on sapphic romances, because I did read like 3 in a row, so I probably should have read something else in between. But anyway, I won't do that next time. Gosh, I feel like a proper booktuber. I'm going to get myself a Starbucks. I feel like Kayla or Gabby Reeves. I'm sorry, this steering wheel is right here, but yeah. Yes, I'm going to go get myself a Starbucks. I have a voucher for it from my uncle, which is really kind of him. He gets one every week, and he doesn't drink coffee, so he sends them to me. And I've just remembered where there's Starbucks close to me, so hopefully I'll be able to get a good old free Starbucks every week. I just get a cappuccino. I am not a fancy bitch. I don't go for all of these different combinations and stuff that I see people doing in America. Like, sometimes when I see clips of people and they're giving their coffee orders and they're like, half decaf, light ice, something, 2 pumps of this, 2 pumps of that. If you said that to a South African barista, the looks you would get, the utter frustration and disdain you would get from a South African barista from trying to give a coffee order like that. Like, they would just not take it here, let me tell you. So if you want to come to South Africa, just order your coffee normal, okay? Just be normal about it. I'm going to try to see if I can swap out the milk for oat milk, though. That's the only thing I will do, because I am a homosexual after all. But otherwise, yeah, I'm going to go get myself a Starbucks. Okay, I got my Starbucks. And my name is spelled right. They don't always spell it right. Especially, like, here, a lot of people pronounce my name more like Emmy. So it's like E-M-M-I-E a lot. Oat milk. It's the good shit. It's the good shit. Yeah, so now I am going to go back home and grab myself, and start doing some work. And then I have a call with my mom where I'm doing more work on the website that we've been working on, which is earning me money in pounds, which is absolutely excellent. And I get to work with my mom. So that's pretty great. We're going to do a video call. And yeah, I wanted to also say, on the way here, I thought that Conan Gray's new album would be out by now, but it's not. I think it's coming out tomorrow or later today, and I'm so excited. That's one thing, like, you know, when you break up with exes and stuff like that, and like sometimes you get left with stuff that like puts you off because of them or something like that. But there's certain things that, like, one of my exes recommended Conan Gray to me and said she thought I would like it, that I would like him. And I love Conan Gray now, and the singles that he's been coming out with are so awesome. So I'm really psyched for a whole freaking album. And apparently, according to him on TikTok, it's sad just like Kid Crow. So yeah, I'm super excited to get into that. But yeah, let's get home and do some actual work. That's what I love about freelancing. I'm like, do I feel like getting a coffee before I go to work? Yes, so I'm gonna. Morning, friends, it's Friday. Hello boy, are you gonna come in for this reading update? I was only going to talk to you guys later when I had handed in my last article for the week, but I've been sitting here and reading Detransition, baby. This book, god damn, let me just make sure that my head's not getting cut off. Man, Hugo, this book, it's so good, boy. Oh my word. He's gone to bed. He's not interested. He's not a reader. He's a toy collector. Okay, Detransition, baby. The way this is structured, the way that we go into the present, like just after this baby has been conceived. Oh my god, there are so many sparrows in my garden. There are like 8 just on the grass, and there's 2 more in the feeder. Oh, they're in the tree now. I love seeing my birds. It's so much fun. Okay, so we're getting perspectives from both Ames and Reese, and we're getting the past and the present, and the complexities that this lets her explore within these characters is just absolutely masterfully done. Like, it's the way I was just reading the end of this one chapter where, like, this big turning point has happened, and it's like a big dramatic moment, but the way that she talks about the intricate little emotions to do with it, and the effect that these have on their gender, and the thoughts of themselves, and the things that make them dissociate, and all of these destructive behaviors and why they happen. It's just I know why this book was so hyped now. Like, I completely understand. Like, it's so stunningly written, but it's so poignant, and like really, like, it makes your heart ache at the same time, because these are some situations where you're like, what is the solution here? Like, what on earth could you do to solve this? And unfortunately, a lot of these situations, there's not really much you can do to solve it, except maybe shit tons of therapy. But I just think it's so beautiful. It's so beautifully written, and it's so poignant in the things that it's bringing up, especially for a cis person who only on the outside understands the trans community. You know, like, I'm learning every single day. I will never completely know this experience because it's not mine. So reading a book like this from a trans author about two different trans characters really puts a lot of stuff into perspective, because obviously the trans experience is not a monolith. Not everybody's experience is the same. Not everyone's dysphoria is the same. Like there's, and also the like traumas that you have within your life as well make a huge impact on how these different things affect each person. And I just think she's done it in such a perfect way. So if you've been wondering about whether this book is worth a read, fucking read it. It's incredible. I'm going to come in and close this vlog out later. Alrighty everyone, I am coming in here to finish out today's vlog. I mean this week's vlog. This week has been quite chilled. I got a lot of work done, but nothing was rushed, nothing was crazy. My mental health was like way back in the zone. I have really enjoyed my reading this week. My audiobook is fine. I think I've just burned like I said, I think I've just burned myself out on romances. I think I read too many in a row. I like to change up my genres every book that I read. So that was a bit of a mistake, but I'm going to finish it off. Detransition Baby, as I gushed about earlier, is just incredible. And a part just happened now that I'm just like so yeah, it's way less about, I thought it was going to be more baby focused, so like the baby has come and we are now parenting kind of thing, but it's not. It's the exposition before that. I mean, I don't know how it's ending, but it's just so interesting and layered and chaotic. Like it is chaotic. Like there are parts of this where you're saying to the characters, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like they're all completely flawed human beings, like we all are. And I think Tori Peters just, she just gets it. She just gets it. So yeah, I just wanted to come in and say goodbye. I am going to work until my power goes off in about an hour because load shedding. And then I'm going to take my pooch for a walk. And then start off my weekend after a long week full of work. That's exactly what I want. A long week full of work that didn't make me feel stressed. Oh my god, the goal. Anyway, if you did enjoy this vlog, please let me know. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, all of that fun stuff, and I'll check you next time.